Good morning, everyone. It's Yvonne here from the Aussie Goddess to do your your bonus, not your what's cracking, your bonus reading for Monday the 12th of November. And it was somebody's birthday, and I just read the date and went, oh, that's right. That's somebody's birthday today. Thank goodness we don't send cards anymore, right? I always remember the 12th of November. Give the cards a really good shuffle so they give us a very different reading. You watch them. I do this, and then of course I get a continuation of the bonus read, which I think is really funny. But anyway, like I say, spirit moves in mysterious ways. Thank you so much for subscribing to my channel. I get up every morning and check, and I'm so thrilled with the response I've had. I don't think I'll ever stop, like a kid in a candy store. And if you haven't subscribed yet, I'd love to have you on board. We keep moving forward, so that's always a good thing. Nearly on 5,000 now, so I'm pretty happy with that, I can tell you. All right, we're ready to get going. What have we got for the bonus read? Oh, the very last card I got out in the last reading. No, it wasn't really. King of Wands. The King of Wands is a person who is very much in charge of their kingdom. He can be very good looking, he's very passionate, he's very driven, often a businessman, so often really quite successful, and very attractive indeed, especially with the salamander. He's sort of like your ultimate man in that he's, you know, got lots of sex appeal, and I don't know. Let's see how he goes. So here we have the Two of Wands. So the Two of Wands talks about moving forward, but it talks about having a choice of two paths. Now on the After Tarot here by Julia Massaglia, she represents this card with two people in the world. In a lot of the traditional tarot, we only have one person looking at the world. So it could be that you're looking at moving forward with someone on a new path, because the Two of Wands talks about choosing a path to move forward on. And it looks to me like you're choosing someone here to move forward with, but definitely thinking about whether they're your person, because you're looking at the world in that card, and that says to me you want to move forward. I love that he's just got his hand on her arm here. So it's like a gentle suggestion that you want to move forward with someone. Okay, then we have the King of Swords. Now the King of Swords is a very different energy. He can represent the air signs, but mostly he's a person who's quite outspoken. He's very clear about his direction. He probably does a lot of talking in his work, so he often represents people in the legal profession, doctors, sort of more that professional level. But quite outspoken. He can be seen as manipulative sometimes if he comes out in reverse, but when I just read the energy like this, I don't get that at this time. But definitely a man who knows what he wants. He's very logical. He can be in IT as well. I've noticed that's come up quite a few times with this person. So somewhere where he has to think very logically and very strategically. Okay, and then we have the Six of Cups. Now, the Six of Cups talks about nostalgia. It talks about going back, reminiscing. It can talk about people coming back from your past. It seems to have got a reputation for that. It can talk about remembering what it was like when you were a child, your childhood. So it does depend on what's falling with that card to really understand its energy. And then we have the Nine of Cups. So I get it straight away now. So what we've got here for a quick recap is we've got some of you are actually really wishing for someone to come back from your past. It could be an air sign, but it's more likely someone's got this energy here. For some of you, this could have already happened, because with this Two of Wands, I'm seeing you wanting to move forward with this person. You could be taking on this King of Swords energy too, because you're being very forthright and very guarded and ready to be able to speak your truth with this person. But definitely this feeling of wanting to move forward. This person could be from, you know, quite a long time ago. Maybe you knew them as a child. Maybe you've just crossed paths again with this Two of Wands. It could be that you've met them even being out to dinner or, you know, out socialising. Could also be that you have children to this person and you're looking at wanting to get back with someone that you've had children with. Okay. All right, so there's a decision to be made here. Now we have two twos here, so I always think this is a time of decisions here. The Two of Swords is a very different kind of decision because it talks about the head over heart decision or the heart over head decision. This is often about choosing between two things that are equally as valuable. Interesting because it could be a continuation of the What's Cracking read. Not all has been revealed yet here though in this moon, so you still have this blindfold on, so you're still unable to move forward here. The thing is, there's two people in this picture. Again, in the traditional tarot, you have the swords across your heart, protecting your heart. But I see now that your heart is open, but I see that you definitely have two possibilities here. You're moving forward with one of them though, because I can see that in the first card that came out. Now, the Five of Swords talks about conflict, but it's a conflict where you win the battle at everybody else's cost, but it might be an empty win or an empty defeat because you've got nobody to celebrate this with. So I feel like maybe a decision is really difficult for you because this will cut you off from a lot of people that you care about. This is what this card's saying here. So it's like if I make the decision with this sword here and cut things out, then I may not have friends. I may have to say goodbye to family. There's going to be a lot of things. This is why this decision is very hard for me, because I have to cut a lot of stuff out in my life to move forward in one of these directions. So that's a little sad. Okay, and then we have the card of the High Priestess. Now the High Priestess talks about, you know, using your intuition rather than using your voice. So really feeling out the energy to understand which way it is to go. I can feel a real huge decision here because I feel like for somebody out there, and maybe for more than one person, it feels to me like someone's come back from your past that you had a huge connection with. Could be a soulmate or even a twin flame here. I think you got married and moved on and really thought, maybe you thought about this person over the years with this nostalgia card here, but you probably, even though you loved your current partner, you never forgot the one that got away. So what we have here is this situation now where you have to choose whether to stay where you are or move on, and there may be children involved in this. And it's hard because if you cut out this person you're with, it means that you're cutting out the whole life you know, including friends and possibly family. That makes it really difficult if everybody seems to love the person that you're currently with. But what the universe is saying here is that you need to really use your intuition on this. What do you want? Because this is the thing. We often think about everybody else, but we don't think about what we want. And then we become regretful and resentful. So you have to stop here because it looks like your wish is to go back to this person from the past. But this is your decision. Your wish wouldn't be as difficult if you wanted to stay with the person you were with. So I'm thinking that you need to get right inside your intuition to make this decision. Now, there are three people on this card here. There are three energies here. So definitely making a decision here. But what this says to me is that you are actually sort of looking at this as which way you want to, what do you want to work on? What is the direction you want to move in here? This card always feels very spiritual to me because it does feel like a church, but it's like you can't make the decision until you decide who you want to work with for the rest of your life. So very, very difficult decision, but definitely a need to go inwards here. There is an offer being made though, and it is an offer that's it's not a big offer because it's in early stages, but it's definitely an offer that's passionate. Now, what I do note in this, that he is walking away from someone that's behind him. So I think a decision will be made to leave one of these people behind. He doesn't look happy at all. He's looking down towards the ground. So I don't think this decision has been easy for him either way. But it looks like you will make this decision. And you'll make a decision out of passion and love, not with your logic. You're definitely using this High Priestess energy here. And then we have the Nine of Swords here. Oh, sorry, the Eight of Swords. The Eight of Swords talks about being unable to move forward. Okay, so what I'm seeing here is you made a decision in you intellectually have made a decision out of the passion you're feeling, but you still aren't moving forward. It's still like you're stuck in this energy of trying to make up your mind which direction to go in. Now, if this is not a love reading, then to me it's having a choice again between two things. The thing is, the one, you may have got into a job that you really enjoyed, and now you're being offered a job that you missed out on a long time ago. This is the energy that's coming through here. It's almost like you have to make a decision, but if you let go of the job that you've got now, where you've made lots of contacts, lots of friends, whatever, that's going to really break your heart. But the thing is, the other job or the other situation has been something you've wanted for a really long time. The thing is here, you've got to make a decision one way or the other, and it's a tough one because you have equal choice here of heart over head. So I do believe you will make the choice, but you won't move forward for a while. It's like you're still stuck in your thoughts here rather than using your intuition. So you've come to a bit of a stalemate at the front here. Now the other cards did exactly the same thing. So I'm going to draw another card on top of this, so I hope it doesn't confuse me. Okay. See, this is what I mean. Spirit will not let you know. So you are confused here. There's no doubt about that. And you are walking away. But I can't tell what you're walking away from still. So there's just no answer here. This is a choice you have to make. I think that's quite interesting. But definitely walking away. It does tell me for a lot of you this is about love though, only because of the amount of cups we've got in the reading. So there's a lot of cups and a lot of swords, and that says to me you're overthinking this. Whatever situation you're in, you're overthinking which way to go. So the card that's come out is Judgment, and it says soul searching will bring inner peace. Okay, this is what it's talking about, and it talks about judgment. Soul searching will bring inner peace to many areas of your life, and this is why you're being asked to go inside here. You can't make a decision just based in logic. You know, that job pays more. It's easier to get to from work. I don't have to drive so far. Spirit's saying, don't use your logic. Use what you want inside you. Feel out this situation and go with your gut. Don't go with what you are logically trying to work out, because you can't make a decision when you're basing everything in logic. And this is what this is talking about here, is being logical, taking a very logical approach. It's just got you in your head thinking. So you need to work out, to understand the direction, you need to go inside with this High Priestess and really think, what is it I want? Thanks, everyone.